Hello, this is Marek. I just wanted to make a quick video to show some of the improvements to character physics that we talk about in our latest dev diary. Character physics has been an epic struggle since the start of development, and we built it mostly around humans, but now we added a new creature that's really big, it's really weirdly proportioned, and it just wasn't working, like, at all. We tried to make some incremental adjustments, but in the end, we had to go back to the drawing board with a lot of things. This kind of sucked, but it has led to a lot of big improvements that affect the whole game. Creature will be in the update, so I won't show it here because spoilers, but these improvements affect everything, including the player. There's a bunch of changes. If you want to know more, just check out our last two diaries. This video is really just to give a bit of context. For us, this was mostly about getting things working, but I think what players will really notice and appreciate is the improvements to walking and running. If you've played Exanima, then you know that even a small bump on the ground can make your character trip and fall, and there's just a lot of things that can go wrong. And also our environments keep getting more complex and more cluttered, and it's kind of just a growing problem that can be quite disruptive to the flow of gameplay. And it's a difficult problem. So the character needs to scan the environment ahead of them, and they need to figure out how they're going to get across that. So where they're going to plant each foot, how hard they have to push off the ground, how fast they can move and still realistically make it, that sort of thing. And then to actually do that, they need to figure out how much to contract each muscle in order to actually cause that movement. And you know, it's not animation, it's physical forces that create motion over time. Basically, if a foot hits the ground too early, or if it clips something, then it's a fail. And if the movements are too exaggerated or too fast, then it just ends up looking really silly or unnatural. So you can see how basically after years of development, we still hadn't quite figured this out. It's just really hard. But as you can see, it's working pretty damn well now. I can run up and down stairs or pretty much anything really. Also, yeah, like this, an obstacle like this was pretty much a guaranteed faceplant before. Now the character will kind of step or hop over it quite smartly. Yeah, it's a big improvement that really just improves the flow of the game in general. We had to figure out some new approaches for how we do prediction and like how characters control their body to get these results. But these are still early results. We're trying to move on as quickly as possible, but these things do take a lot of time to fine tune, and just leveraging these improvements properly, adding features to handle specific cases. We can and will eventually improve on this, but it would take more time. But also, these kind of fundamental changes have a sort of domino effect on a lot of things, especially like combat footwork and the dynamic balancer, which interacts constantly with things like running. This was a headache. These are really delicate and complex system. Like there's no animation here. These are just fully dynamic motions that are generated on the fly. And they really affect the feel of combat. So yeah, we definitely had a bit of trouble with this, but we did eventually get it all working, and a lot of the improvements carry over to this as well. You can see a bit of footwork here. Crouching was also broken. Well, it was already pretty broken. It had to be redone. It's still not perfect, but a really good crouch system would take more work, but it does what it needs to do for now. And like the old problems with it are fixed. You can attack a lot better while crouched now. You can even move around a little bit. You can also like crouch on uneven ground, and that works well too. So yeah, another problem fixed really. There was also some problems with the new creature with getting up from the ground. You may have noticed sometimes characters will sort of slide or turn weirdly when they're trying to get up. This was due to some sort of like nasty hacks that we use to kind of get characters in the correct orientation for the getting up motion. But we managed to get rid of those hacks now. And yeah, that's another problem fixed. There's some big improvements, a lot of old problems fixed, some I didn't mention, and we really made a lot of progress. We should also be able to easily get some nice realistic movement for all our creatures now. There is one more change that came with the new creature. That's to combat AI, which we just felt was too hectic for how large it is. So we wanted something that felt like more slow and deliberate. And we're also trying some new things with attacks that need like really good accuracy. We've been exploring some new ideas for how AI makes tactical decisions, and AI for combat that's like this dynamic and nuanced and unpredictable is a huge problem that I'm not going to get into right now, but it's also just not like a problem to solve. It's your opponent, it's who you're fighting against. It's really what makes the combat fun and engaging or not. And current AI is quite spammy and hectic because also it's a matter of pacing. If they always wait for openings, it quickly gets boring and slow. But basically, we had a bit of a breakthrough that allows the AI to be more calculating, but still proactive and keeping the pressure on. This is a prototype of that, but it is fully functional, so we're going to keep building on this now. Obviously, this is very unpredictable. Hopefully, we'll get some nice exchanges here. Either way, it gives me a chance to also show you the footwork and the state of animations in general for all these changes. This is a master level AI, and I've just got damage disabled now, so we can pretty much wail on each other. He should be pretty good at exploiting openings and landing some good hits. It's a bit, again, it's really unpredictable, and I'm having a bit of trouble fighting and remembering what I wanted to say. So maybe I'll just fight a little bit and we'll see how this goes. Oh, there, he got a nice hit in there. Ah, he grappled me. Whoa. But yeah, it's early, but from testing, this looks really promising, and it definitely really improved the behavior of the new creature. Also, what I can't show you, because it's just not done yet, is the idea of this is that we can sort of personalize the combat behavior of different creature types and just different NPCs a lot more. Possibly it could reflect their state of mind and just generally add variation, which is all good stuff for gameplay and just gives creatures and characters more personality, I guess. But yeah, I'll just fight a little bit more and wrap this up, really. But A little crouch there. All right, chill. Let's pose for the camera. Come on. Anyway, hopefully this video made it a bit easier to understand. There's more details in the dev diaries. We post those every month if you want to know what we're working on, and you can always find us on our Discord. I'll put the links below, and yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.